Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mike Colleen at MikeColleen.com, and this one just popped up. Excuse me. Alright, so I had just a very, very interesting experience, and it has a lot to do with what we've all gone through. So AI is here, and I'm a bit scared, and it's a tactic that narcissists do, but wait. This could be a very good thing, and it could also be a very bad thing. I'm just going to say AI is going to take over your mind. Here's why. Just listen to what I'm going to say. This is nothing about the techie stuff or any of that stuff. So you guys all know I'm a neurolinguistic programmer, so NLP trainer. Okay, what we do is we study the human nervous system, the unconscious systems, etc., to reprogram people therapeutically in a way that we thought psychologists could do but never did. I'm really good at what I do, okay? I've worked with people who've been in therapy for 10, 15, even 20 years, and they come to me, and after 3, 4, 5 sessions, they're like, holy shit, that problem's gone, and then we move on to the next one. So just, here's my point. I've already been teaching you guys something and making YouTube videos about what I'm going to talk about today. But something happened specifically and directly to me today about an hour and a half ago. I'm just going to get to it. I got an email from, probably the email itself was probably computer generated. It was an AI system, an app you can download to rewrite your pages. Now, my first thought was I always delete anything I get about apps for my website, my admin. I was like, oh God, I just don't want to deal with it. Especially, I'm going to tell you something that I don't like and haven't liked: AI. And this new chat GPT that people have been really talking about the last few months. I know it's not that new, but people have really been revving up. It is scary. But there might be a very, very good thing. Let me start this off first. Everything has a good and a negative, a positive and a not positive, okay? You can use a knife to make your child a sandwich to feed your children, or you can use a knife to, well, obviously stab someone. Everything in life has this potential, and every technique does. So something that I've learned in NLP, it's used to help people to shift therapeutically so they can heal from issues and on, is being used by narcissists in a very, I want to cuss so bad. I want to say it. I'm trying not to cuss people, in a very effed up way, very sick way. Okay, and a lot of you, the reason why you follow my channel is because this actually happened to you. And I'm going to get right to it as to what it is. And yes, this is now being used by ChatGPT, OpenAI, etc. But it could be a great thing. It could launch human, what's the word I want to use? Not just technology, but it could, oh, wait, let me see. I think I wrote it down over here. Hold on. It can launch a human race forward with this technology, or it could wipe out the human race, or completely dominate and control us. So okay, here's what I'm going to say right now before I get into what the technique is. If this is used appropriately and it has really good safeguards on it, like complete safeguards, then this will absolutely launch the human race. If it's not, AI will take over, period, end of sentence. And watch what happened. It's why I'm so excited right now. I'm actually in a very positive space right now, with the understanding like, wow, why am I so happy? Here's what happened. I got an email from this company today, and my first thought was, I'm just going to delete this. Like, oh God, here we go again, another app they're trying to get you to buy and blah, blah, blah. And I looked at the first title like, oh, okay. And then I thought, oh, well, maybe I'll read a little bit. I thought, no, I'm not gonna. And then I caught a phrase and another phrase. And I like this. Well, it seems very familiar. It feels comfortable. I like it. Yeah. And then I read the next bold title, and then I looked at the paragraph. Oh, wait. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, okay, I am going to read this. And this is literally what I was going this back, because I don't want to buy an app. I don't want to do it. And I did, by the way. And then I looked at the bullet points. I was like, oh, wow, that is so true. Oh, that's exactly what I say. Wow, yeah, I use that phrase too. And I use clarity all the time. Wait a minute. wait a minute. This is me. What's going on here? And I sent this message and I said, who is this? I just talked to a guy from Shopify about the exact same thing last night. And he was talking about something called lifestyle marketing. I said, by chance did he send you to me, or are you him? And because sometimes the Shopify people have their own businesses and they'll contact you later on through their own email business. And I said, or is this a tool or app that creates these descriptions? Because we were just talking about a tactic that narcissists do. I was with Shopify that you can use on marketing. So, people, this is going to be maybe not a super long message, but it's going to be deep. So let me dive into it and explain what it is. So here it is. All right. So in the love bombing phase, what do narcissists do? Well, they love bomb you. But what specifically did they do before the love bombing phase? Well, they studied you. They stalked you. They went on your Facebook page. They were looking for words. They went on your Instagram. They went on your social media channels, okay? And they started listening for the keywords and phrases that you use. And there's a way to do it, and I'm explaining it right now. So one of the things I've done over the years is I teach people rapport skills. Now, this is a very, very deep rapport skill. Again, it's like a knife. It could be used to feed your children, or it could be used to kill someone, okay? So what you do is you find out what people's key words are, their key phrases, their key descriptions, because these are connected to and or are their top values, rules, and beliefs in life. And if you can get those and then feed them back to people, boom, they're going to tune in. They're suddenly going to get energized. They're going to lock onto you, and they're going to listen, go, yeah, exactly. And they're going to really like you. Okay? Now, doing therapy with people, it lets them know, I hear you. I really understand where you're at. Because just like in a relationship, a wife is like, are you even listening to me? Now, here's the problem. Husbands and wife, people in general, we don't match up on all our key words and our top values. So a lot of times we think, oh, this person doesn't even care. When they actually do, they're just not feeding us back the words that we need to hear in order to go boom. It's a very unconscious stimulus / trigger thing that's going on. And this is what this AI developed email sent to me. Now, it was about my website, and they picked a page and said, hey, here's what we did with the AI, blah, 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 blah. And as I'm reading it, I'm like, wow, this is amazing. In fact, they didn't explain it until afterwards. It says, as you can see, this is after the bullet points, etc. As you can see, our descriptions contain the product's tagline, body, unique feature, blah, 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 and blah, blah, created by the Chat GPT. So I was like, whoa, what the hell is this? Like, and I started looking like, yeah, I used that phrase. In fact, oh, that's on my home page. Oh, that's at the bottom. Oh, this one's at the bottom. These two phrases here. And I'm like, wait a minute. So here's the deal. What the narcissists are doing in the love bombing phase is they are hijacking your words, okay? And your phrases, and as you know, other things like your favorite song and music. But one of the key things that narcissists literally key in on are your key words and your key phrases, because they have a powerful impact emotionally on you. So here's what happened to me. I'm just like, wow, what is this? I like this. I mean, like, you gotta understand, like, I kind of caught myself going, wait a minute, why am I so excited about this app? Like, none of these apps have worked for me. And I couldn't help it. I'm inside going, well, this is really incredible. That's how powerful. And now let me tell you what this is exactly like. This is exactly like the narcissist I bumped into years ago. And I remember thinking like, this is going to be a freaking awesome business partnership. We're going to make $1 million a year. We're going to freaking skyrocket. This is going to be amazing. You know, we got along so well. This person understood me. And it was just like, and I think it was the feeling inside like, holy shit. Because I had a really good friend when I was younger in middle school and high school. He passed away a few years after. And I've never had that level of rapport with anyone. Well, sure enough, with the narcissist, you know, you get excited. You're like, this person's really cool, blah, blah, blah. But then what do? They go into the devaluing phase, okay? Well, obviously this app isn't going to do that, but down the road, can AI do that? Possibly, yes, okay? If they don't really know what they're doing and dealing with, and if they don't have really good safeguards in place, okay? Because people, you got to understand, like, this thing completely, even right now, I'm still hijacked. I'm still freaking amped through the roof. And I already downloaded this app on my website, and I've already started using it. I'm checking it out and playing with it, and, you know, like, figuring out how to use it. So I think you get my point. Now watch this. All right, so I've like I said, I'm an NLP trainer, master hypnotherapist, and a lot of other things that have to do with psychology, communication, linguistics, etc. So I've got a cousin who works for Starbucks in the marketing department, or maybe it's the company that does the marketing. So he's a marketing expert. And I called him up and said, hey man, I just do not get this website stuff and how to market. I'm not. He goes, what are you talking about? He goes, you're an NLP trainer. He goes, you're the guy that we call when we don't know what words to use and how to use it. I'm like, yeah, I know. Like, I can do it for other people, but when it comes to my marketing, something is just not clicking with me. So I've struggled with marketing for years. So here's the deal. This freaking app is going to make it easy for me. And let me back up a step. So I bumped into something about archetypes. Now in college you study archetypes in psychology. That's just a standard thing you're going to come across when you study psychology, okay? And I've known about it. I totally agree with it. It makes a lot of sense, blah, 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 blah. But here's the deal. I have been really amped up about, you know, how am I going to market my business, what I'm going to do, and I found this program about archetypes, and I really got hooked on it. Again, it's about archetypes and marketing, and I understand the concept, and I really like it, but I'm like, this is still going to be complicated as fuck. Like, how am I going to do this? They have a program that costs a certain amount of money. It's not too much, but I'm realizing it's going to be one of those things where I learn how to do it, and how do I apply it to my website, and how do I, you know, all that stuff, right? To really maximize the effectiveness. Well, here's the deal. The whole idea of archetypes, it goes back to a book I read a long time ago. I think it was in a psychology class. Yeah, I think it was. It might have been from a business advisor. I think it was a psychology class. And it's the book name is called Attracting the Perfect Customer, or The Perfect Customers. And the whole idea is like, look, you don't want to attract everyone. Now, I've heard this for 20 plus years now, and I really get that now. You want to attract the people that are a good fit for you as a person and a good fit for your business. You don't want to get someone who comes in like, wait a minute, this is kind of weird, I don't get this, or they don't like you, or your archetypes don't match with theirs, etc., etc. Yet I never could really, I loved the book, I loved the concept, it made a lot of sense, but I could never really apply it. I didn't freaking get it, it just didn't work for me. So here I find this archetypes thing about a month ago or a little more, this archetypes and marketing thing, and I'm like, that makes a lot of sense. I really get it now. Like, it's like how to, you know, some of the pieces, like certain images that you should use, certain words that you should use. And here's what the ultimate thing that happens. Just like that book, Attracting the Perfect Customer, you should be attracting people that match with your values, with your beliefs, with your phraseology, with your keywords. But it's really hard. Like, well, how do you put that out there, right? And same thing with archetypes. That's essentially what they're doing. They're essentially saying, hey, you need to match up with people that match with you on an archetypical level. So they're going to unconsciously be attracted to, like for me, like words like clarity, spirituality, spiritual awakening. And there's a hero archetype, etc. And the magician, etc. And I'm like, wow, that makes a lot of sense. But how the frick do I implement this? Is just like all over the place, right? So long story short, at least for this part, because I'm going to come back to it in a second, is number one, the good news about this app is it's not going to suddenly, like a narcissist, you know, it's going to match your keywords and stuff, and you're going to get excited and think, oh my God, this is the thing. But it's not going to turn around and do the devaluing stage. So obviously that's the cool thing about the app. But when it comes to AI, you know, I'm just going to say, you know, there's going to be evil narcissists out there. They're going to figure out a way to do that. And oh man, this is the thing. Look, all right. So for those of you who have dealt with narcissists and they have hijacked your words and they essentially hijacked your brain and your system and then they devalued you and then ripped you to shreds, it is freaking painful. Now here's the thing. A lot of you, and I know I've said it in my videos, I've posted on other people's YouTube channels, you're like, well, these people are weird. They're like creatures. They're like machines or mechanical. And I got to be honest with you, and I know a lot of you have said this before, whether it was on my channel or not someone else's channel. It was like, is this person even human? There was something mechanical about them. So it was like, are they real? Now, here's one thing about people that are very left brain, that are stuck in the left brain. They come across as mechanical. Their movements, their eyes, their voice. And a lot of people, it's kind of funny, but the whole community calls them creatures because they're not human. There's something not there. So now you've got this AI system, this chat GPT, doing this very same thing that narcissists will do. Well, obviously it's doing it in a positive way to attract you the right customers that are a good fit for you. So that is a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? It's kind of like gaining rapport with people so you can have an open dialogue which allows greater clarity and communication. So that's a good thing, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. So number one, what I want to say is I am still jacked. It's like I'm on almost like a high, like oh my god, it's like, when you first meet like someone who's like the coolest person in the world, or you meet this girl that you're just in love with, wow, and you can't. That's what I'm like over this freaking email that had a title, a bold title, a paragraph, and 4 bullet points, and that's all it was. And I just reread it when I was talking to you earlier in this message, and I'm just like, it's almost like an adrenaline. In fact, I think it is an adrenaline rush. There's chemicals being dumped in my brain right now. All of a sudden, for the first time in my life, I'm like, hey, wait a minute, I think I'm gonna give this AI stuff a chance, because I was like, oh, I hate this stuff. This is horrible. This isn't human. This is. So I think what's happening is it's kind of shocking me that an email could do that, and I think it's just as equal, like, wait a minute, this might actually be a very, very good thing for humans. Now, this is the first time in my life I've ever said this. If you would have talked to me an hour and a half ago and 1 minute, I would have been like, oh, no, that's horrible stuff. So I definitely have an open mind about it, and I do understand how it could advance human technology, the human brain, our learning systems, etc. And I also see this, how it can be used in a way to bring happiness and goodness and joy and freedom of mind into the world, onto the planet for people. I get that. I see it. But here I am, high, like I'm on an adrenaline rush or something, going, wow, this is really weird. Like, why did a freaking paragraph and 4 bullet points do this to me? This is kind of, it's an overwhelming, powerful experience, and it makes you look at AI. Now, here's the thing. We're just getting started with AI right now. And what do they call it? Chat GPT. This is all new. It's gonna advance. Not only is it gonna advance, it's gonna advance super, super fast. Here's what's going on. The computer, Google, is online reading and studying everything. It's gathering information from everything, from psychology, communication, linguistics, people arguing, everything you can imagine, and it's picking up on this stuff super fast, and it's getting faster and faster and faster. In 3 months from now, you're not going to recognize society. Things are going to change. That's how fast it's going to be. I have had a gut feeling for weeks, if not months now. Something is going to shift, and it's going to shift fast. It might be just something inside me on an energetic, psychological level, to where things are opening up, which they are. I mean, it's obvious if you listen to my tone of voice and my energy in my YouTube videos for the last 2+ months. But I can't help but think there's something going to happen in the world. There's going to be a shift, and I have a feeling it's this good feeling that's going to explode onto the planet, where something is going to move, something is going to open up. It's going to be like a release. God bless you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Enjoy.